In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can market your low and no content books on Amazon KDP like a boss. Hello, my name is Ben McQueeney, and if you haven't been to this channel before, I make videos on how you can make a great passive income selling low content and no content books on Amazon KDP. And if that sounds like something you like the sound of, then please subscribe to my channel, leave it a like, and hit that notification bell. Now, in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you a video lecture from my course, How to Publish Profitable Low Content Books on Amazon KDP. Now, this video is about marketing systems, okay? So, how to build a whole machine to produce effective results, consistent results, and effective results for selling your books, okay? So, I'm going to cut to that video in a second, and I'm going to let that video play, and it might reference other lectures in that particular course and things like that, but don't worry about that too much. It's still all good information, so take a look at it. If you are interested in purchasing the whole course, then why don't you just check the link below and go and check it out. So thank you very much. I hope it is useful. Welcome back to How to Publish Profitable Low Content Books on Amazon KDP. With me, Ben McQueeney, the original KDP Ninja. Now, this section of the course, we're going to talk all about marketing your low content books. And more importantly, how we can bring all the elements of marketing together to make it work in one fantastic machine. So let's get into it. So this lecture is the marketing system overview for your low content books. So what am I harping on about? What is a marketing system? Well, it's the name I have given to the multiple ways you can and should gather awareness of your books and brand. So you've got to think of a marketing system of having a set of rules, a set of procedures that you do on a regular basis, which is constantly going to get you awareness of your books. We've spent time making a fantastic book. We've got great keywords. The book should be converting really well, have a good conversion rate. And now it's time to actually get eyes to your book. The thing that makes it a system is that it is continuous and it generates consistency like an engine. So if we are going to be doing a constant set of marketing methodologies, then we are going to get a consistent amount of awareness and then hopefully a consistent amount of sales. You must continuously market your books and your brand to maintain consistent sales. Now, what I mean by that is, in some cases, you can hit the jackpot, you can get all the combinations of keywords right, your book cover is fantastic, it converts really well, your book starts to rank, and without any marketing at all, you start to make lots of sales from that book. Now, I have a couple of books that have done this, but not all of them, unfortunately. So what you do need to do is you do need to focus on all your books and do some other types of marketing to bring awareness for your book. Now, on Amazon, there's lots of books there. There's hundreds of thousands, millions of books. So what you want to do is you want to grab as much attention as you can. And the marketing system I'm going to show you in this section of the course is designed to constantly attract awareness from potential buyers, which is exactly what we want. And once we've got that awareness, it's then to convert them into fans of the brand so that they actually actively look forward to your content and then go on to make sales. So, getting awareness. How do we get people to become aware of our books and our brand? Well, there are two ways to get your book in front of buyers. The first is organically. That could be using social media, email marketing, Amazon itself. You can actually gather attention on Amazon itself. And then things like connectivity of the books. So one book links to another book, so we get kind of buy through from one book to the next, and so on and so forth. The second way is inorganically, which is basically using paid ads. So we're going to pay for attention. Arguably, using ads is quicker, but then it's going to cost you. Yeah, so you can get the attention quicker, but it is actually going to cost you on a cost per click basis. Organically takes longer, but it is free. So anybody can do the organic route, but you just need to put a bit of time and a bit of effort into getting it correct. Now, myself, I've used both organic and inorganic ways to get attention for my book by themselves. And each way I've found some good success. But what I have found is that if you put them together and use them side by side, that can actually skyrocket your royalties. Right, so a little bit about organic marketing. Effective use of social media is a powerful tool. You know yourself when you are scrolling on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook that, products are popping up all the time, or just people who grab your attention. And once they've grabbed your attention, they can kind of make you a fan of them, of what they're talking about, and ultimately push you towards a product that they're selling. And that's what we're going to be trying to be doing with the social media part of this section of the course. And social media is free, and when used correctly and consistently, can grab you lots of attention. So it's free and you can get quite a lot of attention on your products. Now, using Amazon itself, you can grab people off Amazon. So we can grab people who are already on Amazon into our marketing system by the use of magnets. And what I mean by the use of magnets is a reader magnet is where we're giving somebody something for free, in exchange for them coming towards our brand, So I will talk all about that in a coming lecture. Having a website or a landing page is required to collect people so that you can own them. And what I mean by owning them is it's all fine and good to have a massive social media following, but what about if that social media following one day got turned off? You'd lose all your followers. So when I talk about owning your audience, we really want their emails, because if we've got their emails on an email list, we've got them forever. They're ours, that's our email list. So email marketing is great for telling your current audience, those people that you own, about your new products, on just convincing them to love the brand, so that they start to trust you and your products that you have. Now, increasing the number of reviews on your books not only reduces the bestseller rank from the sales of those books, but also adds power to your keywords. Now, this is one thing that you're going to need to do when you're marketing, is you need to get reviews early on for your book, right? And the way that I can explain this is if you've got two books that are called the same thing, right? So we've got two books called Notebook for School, okay? Notebook for School 1, Notebook for School 2, right? Now, the way that it works is very simple. If this Notebook for School is yours, it's got 10 reviews, and this Notebook for School here is the competitors, and it's got 11 reviews. Which one of those gets put first, gets higher when someone types in Notebook for School on Amazon? You guessed it, this one, because it's got more reviews. So the more reviews that we get, the more power we add to those keywords, and that was the point I'm making there. And having reviews, lots of reviews, adds perceived social validation. So it means that people are more likely to buy. So going back to that example that we had there, so if you've got your book here and it's got 10 5-star reviews, and we've got another book which is exactly the same as your book in every way, but this one's got 1,000 5-star reviews, which one would you think people are going to buy? Well, it's going to be this one, isn't it? So the more reviews you've got, the more social validation there is there. And all these organic methods that we've just talked about, I'm going to cover in this section of the course. Okay, so inorganic paid marketing. There are many options for paid book marketing. And, I've used them all. I've bought onto mailing lists. I've used BookBub. I've used Facebook and things like that. And in my experience of low content book publishing, the most successful platform to run ads on is Amazon Marketing Services, or AMS, or Amazon Ads. And if you think about it, this does actually make sense, doesn't it? Because if you are wanting to sell your books to people who are browsing on Amazon, Yeah, they're already on Amazon. So if an ad pops up and they're already on Amazon looking for a book, well, that makes sense, doesn't it? Whereas if you are trying to run ads on Facebook, somebody on Facebook is not there to potentially buy books on Amazon. It's only if they kind of think, okay, well, that I might like that, and I might click on, do you know what I mean? Whereas on Amazon, they're already there. So I think it makes logical sense to run Amazon ads. Now, Amazon ads, they can be potentially expensive if you don't first learn how to use it properly. But you don't have to worry, because I am going to show you how to use it in this section of the course. Right, so if you've got a marketing system that you're going to follow, a plan of marketing that we're going to follow, what is it going to do for you? Yeah, what is the marketing system going to do for you? So it's going to attract new buyers into your author net. Yeah, and when I talk about the author net, that's just them knowing about you. It could be them following you, it could be on their email list, but essentially it's just them being aware that you actually exist. That's your net. It's going to build an audience of people who know about your brand and who you own. So going back to that email marketing, so collecting people onto your email marketing list. Once this system is in place, it's going to be easy to manage. Now, it does take a bit of work to get all these little areas in place for the marketing system to work, but once they are in place, it's easy to manage. So it's not going to be this kind of daunting thing that's taking hours and hours every day. Once it's in place, you can kind of keep on top of it, by 10 minutes, 15 minutes a day sort of thing. And the really good thing about marketing systems is it takes away the thought of marketing your low content books. So you think to yourself, oh, I need to do this, or I need to do that. All that thought is gone, and you just follow the same thing every single time. So consistently do your marketing. It will result in consistent results. It will increase sales. So you're going to get your book in front of more eyes, and more eyes who know of you. So it's going to increase your sales. And it makes book launches easier. If you've got a mailing list of 1,000 people and you bring out a new book, you can email those 1,000 people and say, look at my new book. If they've already signed up to your email list because they like your products and your books, and in the past they've bought a book and you've got a new one, you've got a massive chance of then making a new sale, haven't you? Okay, so this is a really good one. If you have a consistent marketing system, this will help you to identify and establish which niches to stick to, or to develop more. And it will also identify which niches don't work. Well, the ones that explode, you then do more products in, don't you? And you use similar keywords and things like that to try and get as much market share as possible. Okay, so I've explained what the marketing system is, but I think to make it more understandable, it's easy to see it kind of visually. So what I've done is I've created a diagram on Excel, and hopefully it will explain what I'm talking about in terms of the marketing system that we want to install for your low content books. And this is the visualization of the low content book marketing system. And look what I've done. I've drawn a massive circle around this big diagram, because this massive diagram is the system. That is the low content book system, okay? The low content marketing system. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through each kind of stage, and as I said previously in this lecture, is that I'm going to take you through every section of the system in this part of the course. So we're going to talk about socials, we're going to talk about reader magnets, we're going to talk about the website, we're going to talk about paid ads, email lists, groups and things of that kind of nature. But what I want to do here is I just want to explain how this kind of works, right? So what we want to do is all these eyes here, this is our audience of people who are going to be potentially interested in our books and our book brand. At this point, they're just a cold audience who, potentially haven't seen us, or maybe have only seen us once or twice. Now, what we want to do is we want to create this awareness of our brand, okay? Now, at this stage, we are not interested in selling our books. So a perfect example of this, and I see it all the time, is people posting their book link on social media, buy my book. buy my book, it's got 5 stars. Buy my book, buy my book, buy my book. Nobody cares. You know, it's very difficult to sell a book directly to a cold audience, okay? Now, the reason why it works potentially on paid ads is because someone's looking for a book like yours, so you're hitting those people. But on Facebook in general, you're not generally going to make many sales through social media directly. Now, as you get more popular and as you gain more followers, then you can do that. But at that point, your audience is warm. Do you see what I'm saying? So anyway, what we do in the first part of this system is we want to use socials, yeah? And we want to get a regular social media strategy to get us out there in the world so that people can see that we're there. And hopefully siphon them into our website, and hopefully get them signed up to our email list and start to make them nice and warm, okay? Now, one of the things that we can do to get them to sign up is to use reader magnets. Now, reader magnets are something for free, right? So let's just say that you are doing colouring books for adults, yeah? Well, if your audience are people who are into adult colouring books, then what do we do as a reader magnet? We give them free printable colouring book, yeah? Now, it doesn't have to be massive. It doesn't have to be a 100-page colouring book. It could be 23 pages. They can download them at home and then they can print them off, okay? Now, for them to get that, all they've got to do is go to our website. They will sign up to our email list, and in exchange, they will get that free download. But now we've got them in our little collection of new people, and they're now slightly warm. Yeah, they're kind of warm. Now, those people might print off those colouring book pages, fill them out and think, well, these are the best colouring book pages I've ever had. I'm going to go now and buy the actual book from this brand. So they'll go through and you know, potentially buy a book, which creates sales. Now, what we want to do is we want to take that audience, that email list, and we want to make them into fans and really make them a hot audience. Now, the way that we would do that is by regular emails. It could be more freebies. It could be if it's a colouring book niche, it could be other things, you know, like asking questions. Like colouring books are usually used for kind of relaxation, stress relief and things like that. It could be on your email list, 10 ways to relax, you know, meditation, affirmations, things like that, okay, which people will be interested in. Make people fans of the brand. When we've got a hot audience, an audience that really, really likes our brand, then we are going to get more sales, because as we release more products, this audience are going to be very reactive to it, okay? And also we can use this hot audience that you've got, this really fantastic email list that we're going to be building, to actually use as a marketing tool in itself. So if you've got an email list, yeah, and let's just say it's 1,000 strong of people who love to colour colouring books, yeah, you could potentially approach another author who makes colouring books, who's got 1,000 people on their mailing list. And what you could say is, I've got my mailing list here with 1,000 people on, yeah. You've got your mailing list there with 1,000 on. I will promote your book to my mailing list this Monday when I do my mail, my email shot, if you promote my book to your email list. Now, what's that doing? Yes, it's mutual cross-promotion, yeah, but it means that your book is getting in front of 1,000 people on that author's email list. And if he or she is doing what we are doing, the people on his mailing list will be a hot audience who have gathered trust in that person. So likely that's going to convert into more sales for you. Now, we can be clever with it. We can also say, well, you don't want to promote the book. I want to promote my reader magnet. So people from that author's mailing list will go to your free reader magnet and then sign up for your email list, right? So can you see how this starts to churn and we start to gather and build? Yeah, and that's what the system is, okay? And I'm going to take you all through it in this section of the course. So I just wanted to do this lecture to begin with to give you a general idea of what it's all about before we start going into the nitty-gritty. And, you know, as you can see, we are basically converting a cold audience to a hot audience and then start to make sales, okay? So in the next lecture, we're going to talk all about the first facet, which is all about the social media and how we brand ourselves. So I will see you there.